Peter from Shadow Hills Industries from Texas. This is our Oculus. It is a monitor controller with 5 sources, 3 sets of speakers, and this is the remote pendant for the base station. It has 2 Class A headphone amplifiers. It has the ability to trim the meters so that each set of speakers can have a different sound pressure level. So you can equalize the level between your Oratones or your big room monitors. You can also adjust the subwoofer trims so that each speaker can have a different subwoofer level. You can mute left, right, or subwoofer speakers. You can also do an all mute. From the pendant you can talk back, you can dim. You can also from the base station set it so that the talkback dims or doesn't dim. There is a cue follow, so normally the headphone system would just loop through. Whatever you're playing, they hear until you hit talkback. But if cue follow is selected, well then they hear what you're hearing. And the same rules apply to the really great sounding Class A reference headphone amps. The auto cue feature allows that when tape is rolling, there's no talkback, but as soon as tape stops, it falls into talkback. It automatically starts the communication without having to keep hitting the button. So this is the Oculus. There's also external meters for your scopes or durometers. There's built-in talkback microphones as well as external talkback microphones. It's really a great solution for monitoring for DAWs or consoles. It sounds better than the big desk. It really sounds wonderful. Also we have, not new at the show, but the venerable Shadow Hills Mastering Compressor, which is 2 compressors in series. There's a discrete VCA section and an electroluminescent optical attenuator section. They're run in series together, and then afterwards they're run through a transformer switching matrix, which you can change the actual transformer in the circuit. So it runs in dual mono where everything is independent, or it runs in stereo where everything is run on left-hand controls. With the exception of the metering. The meters can look at output, or we can say this is the optical attenuation, the amount of gain reduction the optical compressor is doing. We can say this one is the discrete compressor, how much compression the discrete compressor is doing. We can also bypass the discrete and optical compressors, the hardwire in, and run just through the output switching transformers. So there's a lot of capability to on purpose achieve the type of compression you exactly had in mind. And almost anything you do with the mastering compressor sounds like a record. It can sound like a very aggressive type of compressor, or it can be very subtle, which is how many of our users use it too, which is difficult to demonstrate at a trade show, but it's really, I think, very useful. Also, we have our 500 series compressors. This is the mono OPTOGRAPH, which is a mono optical compressor that's based upon the optical compression section, the electroluminescent optical attenuator from the mastering compressor. It has also filters in the side chains, so you can change what types of frequencies the compression detector will recognize and begin the onset of compression. We also have next to it is the dual VANDERGRAPH, which is a stereo Class A discrete compressor. It has the iron transformer from the master compressor and a Class A version of our discrete compression cell, and also has all of the filtering options that the mono OPTOGRAPH has as well. And then also we have here the mono GAMA, which is a mic pre with 3 transformer outputs: nickel, transformerless, and steel. And speaking of steeling, the knob for this particular unit didn't survive the Transportation Security Administration on the flight here to Frankfurt. So imagine there being a Bakelite knob covering this discrete attenuator. So every single outboard gear piece that we make for signal processing, the controls are attenuators. Even the 500 series, they're Swiss attenuators. It's not 12 positions, there's 24. It's just a wonderful tactile way to interface with excellent recording gear. All right. Thank you very much, my friends in St. Petersburg, and I appreciate your attention. Take care.